Hey, hey! How's everyone doing today? I am Jodi Watkins, To Be Epic Fitness and Nutrition LLC, the founder. I should say that, right? And today is going to be our special Christmas Eve edition of Ask the Coach. So I am truly grateful to be able to be here today. Every day that I wake up is a blessing because I know it's an opportunity to be able to impact a life in a positive way. So I definitely pray that this is going to impact you in a positive way, especially going forward today and tomorrow and even into next week as we enter the new year, 2021. Who else is excited about 2021? I am. Aren't we? We have to be excited, you guys, only because this is an opportunity to take everything that we learned from 2020 and literally run with it. Okay. So that's what we're going to do. Today, I want to talk to you about stress and anxiety. Okay. I was doing some research the other day and I found an amazing article, which I'll be sharing with you. And it went over some of the causes of stress and some of the things that we can do to help alleviate our stress. These are things that I talk about a lot, but I wanted to make sure that I had factual information that I actually found off the internet because one of the things that I also always tell everyone is I don't make this stuff up, right? This is stuff that I have really had the opportunity to learn in depth, okay? And this aspect of things, the mental health aspect of things, is what I'm really, really focusing on, especially going into 2021 when I work with people. The reason for that is because what I've learned in my own life is it doesn't matter what you look like on the outside if you don't feel good on the inside. Okay. We can all put on a mask and we can make everyone think that we're all happy and everything in our lives is beautiful, right? But if we go home and self sabotage, is that really healthy? Is that helping us? Not really, right? So that's why I wanted to really dive into this and make sure that you guys have everything you need to go into the new year and at least have a foundation to where you can set some standards for yourself. And, if you're in a rut, work towards getting yourself out of that rut. That's what I had to do at the beginning of 2019. And it literally took a long time. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I still do things every single day to this day that help me get out of my own head and allow me to be this person who shows up for you. Because honestly, you guys, when I wasn't showing up for me, it was very almost impossible for me to truly, truly show up for others. Like I said, I could put on that mask, right? That wasn't a problem. I didn't have to show people what I was feeling. The problem was when I got home, okay? Because that's when we take that mask off. And that's when we have to face ourselves, okay? So going into 2021, I really just wanted to kind of come on here and just explain some of the things that I've done and also share some knowledge and share this article that I found and just make sure you have everything that you need to really be fruitful and fulfilled going into the new year. Okay, like I said, it doesn't matter what you look like on the outside, it's how you feel on the inside and then being able to balance that with how you look on the outside, right? Because in all actuality it's really more about health than anything. It's not necessarily, or it shouldn't be necessarily, about a physical look. It should be more about, what are we doing holistically to allow ourselves to be in a good mind frame? And not necessarily, well, I don't want to say good because I don't like to use the words good and bad. But how do we allow ourselves to get into a mind frame that invites possibilities and opportunities and things that maybe we didn't see up to this point because we were not open to it? How do we get there? Well, we have to start taking the journey. The journey is long, it takes a lot of effort. A lot of people aren't willing to take it because of how much effort it takes. But you guys, I will tell you from experience, it's truly worth it. So give me one moment. I'm going to make sure that this is going into the Facebook group so that way it goes where it's supposed to. And I'm going to make sure I write in here Merry Christmas to everyone because tomorrow is Christmas. All right. Let's see. Doesn't look like it's going to work. All right, so I'm going to try this again. Go in here. Technical difficulties, you guys. One day I'm going to have somebody that's going to do this for me, right? That's my goal. All right, so asking for the group name, Jodi Watkins, Total Health Life. If you didn't know the Facebook group, now you know. So now it says it's going live, so we're going to see if this actually works. Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Come on, my sound effects. Go live. Let's see. Let's see if it works. It says it's not able to go live. Well, you know what I'm going to do then? I am going to come into my amazing Facebook app. And I'm going to just do it on my phone. This is what happens, you guys. It's not about getting stressed out. You just have to pivot sometimes. You just have to be ready for the unexpected. I already had my phone out. I planned for this. All right, so we are going to go live. I'm gonna put this up here. So now, hey, there we go. All right, so we're good. So we are live in the Facebook group right now. And again, I'm just really grateful to be here, you guys. There's just so much that has happened in my life over the last couple years and even this year. And I'm sure it has with you guys too. And just the fact that we are here and we woke up this morning, it is giving us an opportunity to really be able to take control of our lives and continue this amazing journey called life. I had a conversation at the gym this morning where I literally was just like, you know what? We just have to embrace it. We have to embrace it. We have to embrace all of it, the good, the bad, the ugly, the suck. Like, just embrace it, because when we don't embrace it, that's when we become stressed and overwhelmed. And, it's really just about taking control of what we can control, which is ourselves, allowing ourselves not to be so reactive, being a little bit more patient in life, which is really hard for most of us, including me, right? And some of these actions are ways for us to get through the anxiety and the stress and be able to see tomorrow, okay? Just remember, everything that we're going through is temporary. And whatever we are seeing in our lives today is not necessarily what we're going to see going forward. I saw a Facebook post today by another health coach here in Jacksonville, Florida, and he wrote in there and said, 3 months from now, what's happening today isn't going to matter. And he is so right, you guys. Okay. So a couple weeks ago, I was actually doing a devotional based on this subject. For many of you out there, you know that I've kind of pivoted my entire life around being able to meditate a little bit more and read scripture and allow that to settle into my life so that I can take action on believing in possibilities rather than allowing the negative aspect of things to really take me down, which is what used to happen. Okay. It took me hitting a really dark place, literally a brick wall, before I finally opened myself up to this. But if I can help someone not have to get there, so be it. I know it was for a purpose. All right. So I want to start out with that. In this devotional, it said there's 3 different forms of anxiety. Okay. Now, this is coming out of the Bible app. So you can literally go in there, you can search any word. So you can look up patience, anxiety, anything. That's what I do. Whatever I'm feeling is what I search. And then I'll look up a devotional for that. And then I'll begin doing that devotional each and every morning before I even go to the gym or go out into the world. I take some time out and I actually read through it. Okay. So, anyway, this one says the 3 different forms are chemical. Chemical is not in your control, so don't try to control that one. Okay. We just have to try to live in a more peaceful manner. So that way, the chemical imbalances that we are not able to control don't control how we react to them, right? That's what I was just talking about. All right. The next one is reactive. This is when anxiety is your norm. So if anyone out there is interested, I can send you my blog on proactive versus reactive. This is something I wrote about last year, and I actually put this blog into my book called Reclaim Your Life when I published it. Okay. This is so important because sometimes we don't realize just how reactive we are to things. And it's really messes with our psyche the more reactive we are. So if something in our life happens and we're just going off on everything and our blood pressure is rising, all kinds of crazy things are happening, that is something that is in our control. And that is something that we really need to turn the mirror around on and become more aware of. Because when we become aware, we can actually put forth the effort to make some changes in our lives to where we're not so reactive and we're not raising our blood pressure and going to the hospital with heart problems and things like that. Okay. It's super important to be able to become aware of these things and begin the journey. The next one is traumatic anxiety. Now, this goes with PTSD, right? So, this is something that probably happened. Well, like I had some things in my childhood that I had not faced, um, things that happened 20 years ago that I had not faced, and so those are the things that if we do not face them, we do not allow ourselves to heal from them. Okay. It's really easy to put a band-aid on things and cope, right? We can get through things a little bit easier. We don't have to face it. We just slap that band-aid on it, right? It can last literally our entire lives until it doesn't. Okay. And these are the types of things that can really, really take us down and start inputting those thoughts of, well, I don't need to be here. Right. So this is why it's so important to, again, become aware of things and take the steps to begin the journey to get yourself out of that. Okay. All right. Now, in this devotional, it refers to Psalms 56:3. I'm actually going to read 56:3 and 4. Okay. You guys, I'm not here to preach to you. I'm not here to tell you what to believe. What I am here to say is this is what helped me. Okay. I tried counseling. That didn't help. This helped. Okay. So I'm not telling you this is what you have to do. But if nothing else is working and you never tried it, maybe give it a shot. Okay. So again, this is Psalms 56:3 and 4. All right. Whenever I am afraid, I will trust in you. In God, I will praise his word. In God, I have put my trust. I will not fear. What can flesh do to me? You guys, people will let you down, right? All the time. I've learned how to expect nothing from people. That's hard, right? So my dog's in the background. So if you hear my dog, that's why. All right. So it's really just about allowing ourselves to give to others without expecting anything back. And that's not an easy task, right? But it is something that I had to work on, where now I give to people who I feel like I want to give to, or I feel the nudge to give to you. Maybe I have this gut feeling, right? And so I do that, but I don't expect anything back. That way I don't get let down, right? And I don't get let down near as much. And I'm not going to say I'm 100%, you guys, because I'm still a work in progress, just like every one of you. But I don't get let down like I used to. Okay, so this has been huge for me. All right, so again, if you haven't tried it out, try it. All I can say is it's definitely helped me out. All right, so just because we have some time constraints today and it is Christmas Eve, and I want to make sure that I send you all back on your way, I'm going to go ahead and go over this article, okay? And I'll be sure to post the article in the comments and in the YouTube channel, so that way everybody has where I found this. It's actually off of the website WebMD, all right? That it's called Causes of Stress. All right, so I'm going to go through this actually pretty in depth because it's got a lot of amazing information. All right, so here's some causes of stress. Can anyone relate to this? Here we go. The kids won't stop screaming. Actually, I had a call earlier and her kids kept coming up to her and bugging her and things like that, but she just breathed through it. And sometimes that's what we have to do, you guys. It's just keep going. Says, kids won't stop screaming. Your boss has been hounding you because you turned in a report late. And you owe the IRS thousands of dollars you don't have. You're seriously stressed out. Has anybody been there? I've owed the IRS. Well, we've owed the IRS. I got that bill in the mail and I was just like, what are we supposed to do? And yeah, it's hard not to think about those things, right? Right now, 2020, most of us are going through financial issues, okay? However, what I realized is there's a lot more opportunity out there than what I knew, okay? So what I started doing was collaborating and becoming affiliate for other people and really just helping market them. Why not, right? It's a great way to earn a stream of income. You actually can really form some amazing relationships with people. I'm actually partnering with someone else or collaborating with someone else here and helping her get her course out because I love and respect her. And I know that she's going to help a ton of people. Okay, so she has a course that's actually starting January 2nd through, I believe it's January 2nd through 8th. I'll have to look at the dates again. I'll be sending out an email for that. So if you're not on the email list, make sure you go to the website, www.tobeepicfn.com, and sign up for the email list. So that way you get all the information, okay? She has a great course. She's a great person. I know she's going to help a ton of people. So I have no problem with, referring that out. So just, look for the opportunities. Don't be so closed off. So what? You lost your job. So what? One thing didn't happen. Just keep going, you guys. There's so many opportunities. And if you don't know where to start, contact me. Because you know what? I found a lot of them by accident, just by forming great relationships with people that I trusted. Okay. And these are opportunities that I've vetted. I don't try to do everything. Okay. But these are things that are not only helping me in my life, but they're helping others. And that's what I love about it. Okay. So if you've ever encountered any of those stressors, just be aware that there are other options. Okay. Especially if it's something that's financial. Okay. On this article, it says stress is actually a normal part of life. Yeah, we're all going to be stressed at some point, right? Like I said, it's never going to be 100%. It's just allowing yourself to give yourself some grace and stay the course. Okay. It says at times it serves a useful purpose. It can motivate you to get that promotion at work or run the last mile of a marathon. But if you don't get a handle on your stress and it becomes long term, it can seriously interfere with your job, your family life, and your health. More than half of Americans say they fight with friends and loved ones because of stress, and more than 70% say they experience real physical and emotional symptoms from it. Okay. You guys, I will tell you right now, I did not have good relationships with people when I was stressed out, and that includes my spouse. Okay. If anyone's having marital problems, look at this aspect of things, but turn the mirror around. Are you the one stressed? Are you the one becoming reactive? Because guess what? Chances are the people around you are feeding off of your energy. And I had to learn this. And it's a slap in the face. It's so hard. I'm not going to sit here and sugarcoat it and tell you that it's an easy process to look yourself in the mirror. It's not. Okay. But what I can tell you, as someone who has truly come out of it and is still on the journey, it is so worth it. So worth it, you guys. I promise you. Okay. So just start the journey, turn the mirror around. I do accountability calls all the time. I can go on this journey with you. Whatever it takes, let's do it. Okay. Here are some of the causes of stress, and I'm sure you already know some of these, right? Being unhappy in your job, having a heavy workload or too much responsibility. That's that overwhelm. Working long hours. I've been there. Having poor management, unclear expectations of your work, or no say in the decision-making process. Yeah, that sucks. Conformity, right? Working under dangerous conditions. I used to work on the flight line. I get it. Anybody ever been shot at? Yeah, it's dangerous, right? It's hard. Being insecure about your chance for advancement or risk of termination. Having to give speeches in front of colleagues. Yeah, even just doing this, you guys, this was not something I liked to do a long time ago, but I have to lead by example. I tell everyone, get out of your comfort zone. Comfort zone, out of your comfort zone is where life begins. So if I'm telling you to get out of your comfort zone and I'm not doing it, there's a problem, right? So I use my own advice and I get out of my comfort zone daily, right? All right, facing discrimination or harassment at work, especially if your company isn't supportive. That's a big one, right? We've all probably dealt with that. I was in a male dominated career field, and yeah, we get discriminated against as women, especially if you're a woman of color and anything out there. So that it exists. But here's what I've decided to do about that. I can't change anyone else. I can't control them. I can't control the way they think. What I can do is be kind and loving and forgiving and show that how they are doesn't affect me. It helps. It helps me anyway. Here's some life stressors that most of us have dealt with, and especially in 2020, a lot of us have dealt with. The death of a loved one, divorce, loss of a job, increase in financial obligations, getting married, moving to a new home, chronic illness or injury, emotional problems, depression, anxiety, anger, grief, guilt, low self-esteem. They pile onto each other, you guys. Taking care of an elderly or sick family member. I've had conversations about this a couple of times here recently and helped a couple people with this because I used to be that person who was driving to Jacksonville to 4 hour round trips, working all night, going to school, helping my mom. It's a difficult task and it takes a lot out of the person who's actually the caregiver. Okay. So this is something to be aware of. In a traumatic event such as a natural disaster, theft, rape, or violence against you or a loved one. We've all encountered these things, you guys, okay? Like I tell everyone, if I can get through this, you can too. I'm no better than anyone else. I'm no different. I just chose to begin the journey. And that's what makes it harder for a lot of people. They don't want to face it. And I'm telling you guys, if you don't face it, it's going to be very difficult to get through it. Okay. So here is some more of what it says about stress. It says sometimes the stress comes from the inside rather than outside. You can stress yourself out just by worrying about things. All of these factors can lead to stress. Here's some things that it talks about: fear and uncertainty, attitudes and perceptions, unrealistic expectations. I just spoke about that, and change, a major life change, right? We all deal with that. Okay, so I'm going to move on just due to lack of time. All right. And like I said, I will be putting the link to this so you'll be able to read it more in depth if you'd like to. All right. How worrying affects the body. So, what happens when you worry excessively? It says worrying is feeling uneasy or being overly concerned about a situation or problem, With excessive worrying, your mind and body go into overdrive as you constantly focus on what might happen. How many of us have entered that, especially this year? All right. In the midst of excessive worrying, you may suffer with high anxiety, even panic during waking hours. So, what is anxiety? It goes on to say anxiety is a normal reaction to stress. Ongoing anxiety, though, may be the result of a disorder such as generalized anxiety disorder, panic disorder, or social anxiety. Anxiety disorders are commonplace in the US, affecting nearly 40 million adults. So, if you think you're alone, guess what? You're definitely not, right? Anxiety manifests itself in multiple ways and does not discriminate by age, gender, or race. All right, we've already talked about some of the stressful events that can cause anxiety. So, what does it do to the body? All right. Chronic worry and emotional stress can trigger a host of health problems. The problem occurs when fight or flight is triggered daily by excessive worrying and anxiety. The fight or flight response causes the body's sympathetic nervous system to release stress hormones such as cortisol, which is a hormone in the body. These hormones can boost blood sugar levels and triglycerides, blood fats, that can be used by the body for fuel. The hormones also cause physical reactions such as can cause difficulty swallowing, dizziness, dry mouth, fast heartbeat, fatigue, headaches, inability to concentrate, irritability, muscle aches, muscle tension, nausea, nervous energy, rapid breathing, shortness of breath, sweating, trembling, and twitching. Then it says when the excessive fuel in the body isn't used for physical activities, so if you're not exercising, right, the chronic anxiety and outpouring of stress hormones can have serious physical consequences, which include suppression of the immune system. You guys, COVID-19, we're in that era, right? Why do you want to be stressed out and suppress your immune system? How about we focus on strengthening our immune system so we don't have to worry about COVID-19 as much, right? That's where this comes into play. And that's why I chose to do today's live video about this subject. Okay. It is so important to realize what we are doing to ourselves. And guess what? The only person who can control that is us. Okay. We can't control circumstances. We can't control what's going on in the world. We can control how we react to it. All right. It can also cause digestive disorders, muscle tension, short-term memory loss, premature coronary artery disease, and it can also lead to heart attack. This is serious stuff, you guys, okay? So let's go on in here. What lifestyle changes might help excessive warriors? Exercise daily. It says talk to your doctor. Hopefully your doctor has some knowledge so they can actually help you, or they'll refer you to someone who can, okay? If talking to your doctor doesn't work, talk to someone that you trust, okay? You can always reach out to me and just make sure that you have someone that you know and trust and can relate to that is actually going to listen to you and allow you to become more aware of some of the things that you might possibly be able to change in your life so that you can actually live a more fulfilled life, okay? Goes on to say, eat a healthy, balanced diet. Guess what? I didn't start this journey just to look a certain way. I mean, that was part of it. I started it because I was sick and tired of seeing people die around me. And this was way back before COVID. I wanted to learn how to boost my immunity and live a healthier life. That's why I started it. Also, it says drink caffeine in moderation. Caffeine stimulates the nervous system, which can trigger adrenaline and make you feel nervous and jittery. If you're already nervous about giving a speech, don't drink a bunch of caffeine right beforehand, right? Just things to think about. Learn to relax. That's hard for some of us, right? Me included. I have to force myself to relax sometimes, but it's okay. You just have to remember that when you relax, you allow all the day's troubles to go away for at least a little bit, right? Meditate. This is something that I started implementing into my life, and I'm so grateful that I did. It helps me so much, and it doesn't take a whole lot. Maybe it's only a few minutes here and there. That's better than nothing. Okay? Meditate. Daily meditation, instead of worrying, may help you move beyond negative thoughts and allow you to become unstuck from worries that keep your body on high alert. Have a strong social network. Who's in your circle? Are they pulling you back or are they adding more baggage to you? I posted about this on Facebook today. Find out who's in your circle. Shed the toxic people, because guess what? That's going to shed the most weight. Shedding those people who are not supporting you and helping you propel going forward. Think about it. Who's in your circle? Talk to a professional therapist if you need to. Now, I will say that in the past I did try this one. She couldn't relate to me, and so I didn't keep going. So if you do talk to a therapist, make sure it's someone who can relate to you, they can empathize with you, and they can actually help you, okay? And not just with medication. It's very easy to just give someone a dose of medicine and let them be on their way. Hopefully they can actually help you heal and help you get through what is causing the stress in your life. So you guys, that's all I got for today. I know it's been about 30 minutes, but I want to just make sure to do this right before the new year, and especially with it being Christmas tomorrow, because I want you guys to understand that this is never going to be a perfect journey. Okay? It's just not. But sometimes we have to just allow everything to come in. We have to learn how to heal from it. And then that's when we can continue the entire journey. And we can actually operate in our purpose. You guys, it's taken me almost 43 years, right? I'm 42 and a half now. It's taken me a long time to realize what my purpose was. But now I'm able to use everything in my life to help you. And to me, that's the best gift I can get. So thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Please share this video with everyone you know, and feel free to message me, email me, and let me know what I can talk about on the next Ask the Coach. All right. Happy holidays. And I look forward to seeing you in 2021. All right. Bye.